Today I'm going to do another paint by numbers. This time I'm going to let Porter and Bailey help me. My mother-in-law got me a couple of these for Christmas. So it is Martin Luther King Day and we have done some fun things already today, but just a little bored. So we're going to do some painting. Porter and Bailey want to say hi.
Hi.
Are you excited to do the paint by numbers?
Yeah.
So here it is. It looks pretty intense. Small spaces. And then this is what it's supposed to look like after some sunflowers. So we're excited. Porter and Bailey have never done this before, so it should be an adventure. Hey, this is Libby. I just wanted to do a little voiceover while you guys watched us do our paint by numbers. I had so much fun doing this with my kids. So I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. Like I said, my mother-in-law got 2 paint by numbers for me for Christmas. This is the second one. I will link the video to the first one I did. And the first one I did by myself, and it was really peaceful. But I started at like 9 o'clock at night, and I don't think I went to bed till 7:30 in the morning. And it took me a long time, and yes, it was relaxing and fun to do. However, doing a paint by numbers with my kids was way better. They laughed, and they sang, and they talked the whole time. And yes, we recorded 3 hours and 50 minutes of us doing this painting. And they had to go to bed, but they probably were there for 3 hours of it. And they talked and laughed and sang. And granted, we did get more paint on the table, and we didn't paint in the lines as well. And maybe Bailey at one point knocked over the water cup with all of the paint, and it didn't get on the picture, but it dripped the other way right onto my carpet. So that was pretty great. You can see the cup right now, all of that lovely color all over my carpet. But they had such a great time. And granted, this was done on Martin Luther King Day, and we did some fun things in the morning, but starting at like 3:30, it was like the witching hours. I swear 3:30 to 4 until dinner is the worst time for kids and moms and dads and anybody who's hungry. I feel like everybody loses their cool. So I saw this paint by numbers on my floor, and I was like, oh my gosh, let's do it. So I pulled it out, and the kids were stoked. They were so excited to help because they like painting, but we don't paint very often because it's messy. However, while we were talking, Bailey and Porter were talking about how much better this is than movie night. We try to do a movie night on Friday where we have popcorn and watch a movie together. Oh, look, you can even see them eating chicken wings. Austin got us food while we did paint by numbers so that we could keep going. So it wasn't like a conventional dinner. We did chicken wings. Later on, you'll see me eating some leftover Chinese food. They got hot dogs, which they love. Chicken wings and hot dogs for dinner. So great. Anyway, my degree from college was marriage, family, human development. So doing things that are developmentally challenging for your kids, like Bailey's 5. And at the beginning, you can see like the big spot next to Porter's hand. Bailey did that. But she develops more, and now she's doing the sunflower and painting in the lines. So it was for sure a little more challenging for Bailey. Porter did a really good job. But doing something that develops their skills and helps them learn and grow has been way better than movie night, has been way better than screen time. And granted, we don't get to do these kind of things all the time. We don't get to spend time with our family all the time like this. And yes, it does make it special. But in my house, I've tried really hard to have a happy medium of screen time versus no screen time. We bought our house and it has a big backyard and we have a big play set back there. And I think especially during quarantine, it's been the best thing. They get to go outside, they get to play. Oh, look, Bailey's eating another chicken wing. Anyway, and they get to develop other skills besides sitting in front of a screen or playing games. And granted, Porter and Bailey both have a computer for school, and they have been developing those skills. Oh, look, me eating Chinese food. And they've been developing those kind of skills because granted, it is good that they know how to use computers. It is good that they know how to type. However, little kids, I still think, need to be outside. They need to run. They need to play. They need to learn how to paint in the lines. Anyway, I would highly recommend, oh, yep, and there's hot dogs. I'd highly recommend getting something like this for you and your kids. And maybe there's paint by numbers that are easier if your kids are younger, or maybe there's paint by numbers that are harder if your kids are older. But trying to figure out a good medium and sit down and just listen. Listen to your kids talk. They told me about their days, their friends. They sang songs. I mean, I wouldn't give up something like this for the world. And I think Bailey and Porter would both appreciate it if I got more and we did them every once in a while. I don't think they're very expensive. Maybe I can find some on Amazon and link them. But if you have time, do something fun like this with your kids. You won't regret it, especially if you have teenagers. I feel like this would be a great activity to do with your teenagers. Sit down and don't say anything. I didn't play music intentionally because I wanted them to talk. I wanted them to be creative. I wanted them to sing and sing. Well, actually, Bailey at one point did get up and was dancing. Anyway, I wanted them to be creative and do those things. And I could see if you had a teenager where you had a hard time connecting with them, do something like this. It was so funny. Oh, in fact, the color that I'm using right now was brown. And we were making jokes about how it looks like. Anyway, you know what it looks like, brown paint. But the kids were laughing hysterically about it. And then Porter later was teasing me about it. And so those kind of connections are so fun to have with your kids. Anyway, highly recommend Paint by Numbers. Do them with your family. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video. If you like these kind of videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. And have a great day.